Howdy, I'm Cyberox with Outlandishly Crafted, and today is day one of Arcade Space Shooter. I'm gonna be doing it on the stream live, just to make it all fancy for you. So here we go. Step one, we gotta make a project, and our project is gonna be OLCASS. Yes, that's right. It is Arcade Space Shooter. And our project name, Space OLCASS. Now we could probably say this is gonna be our BP. And down here we're gonna say outlandishly crafted Arcade Space Shooter. And we're going to do 1.16 as our base. Okay? And what I like to do is I like to copy these. And I'm going to say create. Then I'm going to go down here to resource pack, and I'm going to say create. And the reason why I want to copy them is because we got to do them right back in here, but we're going to do it with an RP instead of a BP. Now, the RP is resource pack, and the BP is behavior pack. Okay. There we go. We got the basics. Now, next, what we're going to do is we're going to fire up some blockbench because the first place we might as well start is we need a ship, right? We need us a spaceship. So we start up blockbench. I'm pretty sure I already pushed that button. And we're going to do a Bedrock entity. And we're going to do this at, I guess 16. Okay. Oh. Oh, come on. Come on. This is what happens when you start projects at, 10:40 at night. Like some noobs. I'm noobing it. Noobing it. Noobing it. Oh, snap. What do you think? What do you think? already looking sexy. I guess we should go one more. Put the bridge up there, maybe. Okay, so we've got pretty nice little setup, right? I'm gonna put this back down. I really would like it to be. It's actually a great point. I don't know where I want it to be. I think actually I want it to be right in the dead center of the block. So that would be 18. But then it's 2 pixels and it's in the middle. So it should be at 19. This should, I don't know. I don't know how that works. That looks pretty good though. Okay. And we'll need a texture, so let's create a texture. Ship A. Sure. Okay. And then let's just do some quick. I'll do for now. So we got our basic. Oh, son of. Oh, that actually looks really cool. I kind of like that. Maybe we should do something like that. Maybe we should do like. Yeah. Now we're talking. Okay, so we've got those two done. Now let's go back and let's refresh everything. So now you can see we have our ship texture and we have our model. So now we need to come up with an entity, or we need to take over the player. And I think in not quite sure how I want to do that. I think we're going to start with doing the player. This is all part of, you know, indie game development. You might not know. So we have a player. We're gonna also add in the RP files. So now we should have player, model, texture. I thought I added that stuff too. Oh well, what we needed is this guy. So what we want to do, we want to change this out. And like I said, I'm not sure this is the right approach. I have an idea. How I want to do this, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. Okay. We're going to turn off everything else, all the animations. We have to the controllers, and we'll deal with that. Materials cape. Yeah. Okay. So next we're going to start a new world. And this will be OLC as test world. And I like to do a date so I know how old they are. And we're going to go and select our pack. So we need to look for ass. Okay. And to verify that it's working, we'll see that it's in our RP as well. And then because we're working on it, we're going to enable cheats. We're going to turn off weather. We're going to turn off multiplayer. We're going to do a flat world. Awesome. Okay. So already, you know, holy shit. This is pretty impressive, right? Like, just starting out, we've got something, I mean, pretty playable. If you just wanted just to say like, hey, did I do that wrong? We could do like crossbow. This is awesome. And instantly, we could have just a little shooter, right? We need to rotate. Oh my gosh, it's so fun, just like instantly. Okay, we gotta stop. Okay. So, we have a few basics, right? Before we get into like game mechanics, I want to get some of the I just want to make the ship look a little cooler, okay? So, let's jump out of here because I mean that couldn't have gone any better. Let's get to here. And then right off the bat, let's just add some animations to start out. So let's say idle. Let's loop it. And let's just do 1 second to start. So we're going to say okay, so we're going to say the root, which is the base, will have a position and rotation when they're idle. And right off the bat, we want to have like a basic. Oof, we need to think about this because we want it to have a feel like it's hovering, and so hover should actually be its own animation. I was gonna put it right there, but we should control this separately. So let's do hover first. So let's say we have a 1 second hover system, and so we're gonna say hover to us is gonna be a drop of 0.5. I'm just gonna have to test it. Oh yeah, that's not bad at all. 0.5. Okay. So a drop, why does it say M? A drop of 0.5 up to 0.4. So down to 5, up to 4, back to 0 on a smooth. Let's see. No, I don't like the timing. So I really want it to go drop fast, go up, and then take its time to go down again. So yeah. What if we reversed it? I like it. I think it's good. Okay. Now, we want to do a few things. When we're idle, we want these guys to be downish. And because we're doing this at such a small level, I think we want to rotate the whole wing, not just that end tip. So we're going to do, we're not going to do those. We're going to do this one and this one. Okay. So when idle, we want to be downish like that. But we're doing that other motion, and so we also then want to be like maybe just up a little and then back down a little. We're idle, so they should be in sync. Oof, they're going fast though. One second isn't very long. I do not like the Z on there. Come on. That's not bad. Okay, so we have idle. And then we'll just duplicate it for move. And then in move, we want to do... These guys should be... here. Okay. Next... let's see. En route, we need to have... So we need to add in another bone in here. We'll call it our rotator. Okay, so we're going to use our rotator as our query. And so we want this query to be I always get these mixed up. So is this it's they don't tilt would be the easy word. But it's yaw. And we could say like 2. And then we really need a math clamp. So the math clamp is going to say, you know, we can go minus 15 to 15. And one of the things you can do is you can put that down here and have it say slider tilt, and then see how you can, so we can say, okay, well 15 is that too much or not enough? And then you could say minus 15 is that too much or not enough? So to me that's good. And then for this one we have to do the same thing, but it's query row so you have vertical would be up and down. I can't can't ever remember these. We'll have to just test them. Now on this one, we might actually just want to do body. So if the body's rotating, we get a little bit of that rotation with it. I don't remember if this requires a which body or not. I don't think so. Okay, so let's try that. I bet these could be better, closer to 6 in the long run. And then for the last one, on this one, I'm kind of thinking this one could be modified move speed divided by like 4, and then same thing, it would be maybe like -5 and 5. And maybe not even 5, maybe 0. What I was thinking for this one would be, the problem here is you can't go negative on your speed, really. This one might actually be better off as like a question. So if we said, if this is less than equal to, no, wait, hold on, let's think about that. If this is greater than or equal to 0.02, that means we're moving, which we're really small, so we'll make that 0.01. And if that's true, then we would need to do minus, is it that way? Minus 0.5, and if it's not, then 0. I think it'd be something like that. And let's take this out, so it's back to there. So we could test that by saying, probably have to test in the game, but we could do the same thing. Slider, speed, and we could say, okay, well, our speed is 1, so if our speed's 1, then we're going to do this little tilt thing. And technically be anything over this. Okay. To verify this one, let's do the same thing. And let's put this in as a slider. And this one's going to be, so we have tilt for this way. This one's actual rotation. Sorry about the tapping. That's my dog that won't go lay down. Just tapping and tapping. Tapping and tapping. Okay. So then that shows this way. And this might have to be a negative. These might be negatives. We won't know until we test it. Okay. So far we have idle, move, and hover. And we could probably play them together there. Nice. So let's go ahead and let's copy this guy, and let's put him in. So we don't want to do any, do we want to do any of this? There's just so much in here. We could always just copy and paste it from somewhere else. So I'm going to say no. I'm literally just going to delete everything out of the player. So we have idle. We have move. and we have hover. Oh. Okay. And then we also need our script. Oop, not scale. And in our script, we're going to put in idle is query modified move speed is less than equal to 0.01. Okay, so that's our idle. And we're going to need it for all of them, so we might as well just copy 2 of these. And then this one's going to be move. And the difference here is we're going to say is greater than or equal to. So this one's below, this one's above. And then for hover, oh shoot, yeah, hover. We're gonna actually change this, and we're gonna feed the modified move right into hover. So these are true or false, and this is actually gonna feed it right into the hover. So let's make sure we have idle, move, hover, idle, move, hover. Okay, and then the last step, save model, because we updated the model. Jump back in the game, load up our map. There we go. So we have, when we start moving, we're getting, there we go. It's opposite, but that's okay. We just, like I said, we need to change the negatives in there. When we go forward, okay, hover works. When we go forward, we're getting our stuff, and we're getting some moves. So we move this way, it goes that. We move this way, it goes that. I don't know if I like that or not. And then it also, it feels like the tilt is back. Yeah, that's right. The tilt is back. You can see the tilt because when we go this way, see how it's tilted, which is what we want. So, there we go. There's our first course in game development in Minecraft Bedrock Edition, making a arcade game, arcade space shooter, and we'll start back up on the second part here. We can jump in. You can see just what we have so far. Just our nifty little guy with his crossbow. So, thanks for watching. I'm CyberAxe with Outlandishly Crafted, and this has been part 1 of Arcade Space Shooter.